Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to B3rdPower. How you guys doing out there tonight? Hey,
How are
Sherri.
you? How are
I'm
you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. I'm good. Look, I got a singing spirit tonight.
I
Come on
see. I
now.
see. Welcome, welcome. Hell, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Go
I
ahead, girl.
know. Got a song in my heart.
Yes,
Want to hear it?
song.
It's like, no. What's going on? It feels like we have not seen each other in forever, even though I know that's not true, but it feels like it. How's your week been going?
It's been amazing. I won't complain at all. I had a nice busy weekend, and then yeah, today's been pretty good. So I've gotten a lot done. So yeah, I'm feeling good.
Awesome sauce. I'm telling you, I think I worked all weekend. I have a special project I'm working on, and I've literally been burning the candle all weekend long. So that might be why I'm singing because I feel kind of like, woo, gotta sing to stay up, y'all.
Right? Forget the coffee. I just need to sing.
I just need to sing. I need to
Just need to
sing. That's all I
sing.
need. I just need to sing to keep myself
You know
going.
what? Music is a healer. It's so
Listen,
definitely I understand.
I'm telling you, and in all honesty, speaking of music, like music is amazing. And what I find is it gets me in different moods. So I listen to different types of music. Sometimes I'm instrumental, sometimes I'm jazz, sometimes I'm hip hop classical. It just really depends on what I need. But I done gone through all the genres this weekend to make sure my eyes stayed open to get my
Well,
project done.
apparently we have a different song list because playlist because yeah, I have a little bit of classical and everything, but yeah, you're gonna hear it's a little psychotic because you can go from inspirational and you might just accidentally drop in on some trap because yeah, it just depends on the mood.
You know,
Totally. You might get some go-go, you might, and then in between there, they'll throw in some Yolanda Adams, and then they'll go right back to yeah, it's crazy.
and I'll be honest, I like all types of music for the most part. For the most part, I pretty much like all types of music. I think come to love the instrumental though. Like anything, even if it's hip hop instrumental, sometimes I just want to hear the music. I don't want to hear the words per se. I just want the music to give me what I need. And so I listen to a little bit of everything, a little bit of country, a little bit of pop. But I'm not gonna lie, instrumental stuff just it makes my socks go up and down, Sherri. I could sit and listen to it all day long.
You know what I'm really into right now?
What?
African music.
Yes. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
so into the
I
African
love
tunes and
soca.
the
Yes.
drums and I just love it. I love it.
Yes. I like to cook to soca music because it's like, just
Right.
get you going. I like to be in the kitchen throwing down.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
I don't have a
good
clue
to,
what they're
to
saying,
eat.
but guess what? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I play it all the time, and if an artist comes in town and I find out, I'm going to go see him because I love it. I love it.
Yes. Music is definitely healing and it definitely helps with your mood for sure. Absolutely.
No, you know what? Quick question. So
What?
you know how you've heard people say in the past, like I learned how to speak English by listening to the music.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that with the African music. I have no clue what they say.
Are you
I
caught up in
can't
the
even.
beat or the words?
I'm trying to get caught up in both because I love first I what catches me first is the beat, right? But
Yeah.
after I've listened to it a while and I've gotten a hang of the beat and everything, I'm paying attention to the words. So sometimes I'll go in and I'll, go into the translator and have it completely translated from the lyrics. And then I'll be like, that's what that means? I would have never guessed that meant you. Oh, okay. But Like, so when I hear people say, I learned how to speak English from listening to,
But I'm
music,
still
I'm
gonna
like,
say that's in essence what you're doing when you go and take the lyrics and you you
well, I
translate
guess
them.
they did that too. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's maybe what they did. Okay. I'm slow
That's what my
moment.
kids
Okay.
do. Cause my
I'll
kids,
take my slow moments.
I was about to say that's what my kids do. They love K-pop and they're learning Korean. Like when I say my daughter sits down and she listens to the K-pop songs, and then she started taking the little K-pop, looking up different words and stuff. That's how they learning. They love K-pop.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten to that yet, but they love it.
No,
I'm
I
not
just,
gonna knock it. It's some songs like the ones they play on Just Dance. Oh, I party to those, but just listening to it all day long, I have not got there yet. I'm gonna let my kids have their music the way our parents let us have ours. That's what I'm gonna let my kids do. I'll figure that out later. Yeah. But
I love their music. I'm all in it. Yeah, I'm sending them music. Like, guess what? This just dropped yesterday. I bet you don't have it on your playlist.
this just dropped yesterday.
And the twins will be like, really, Ma? I'll be like, I bet you're not cool as me because I have it on my playlist. It's terrible.
I have no words.
But I listen to music before I watch TV. So yes. I definitely stay with most of the because
that's what you do.
Don't watch TV. Yeah,
I understand. I don't watch too much TV now either until Jeffrey get ready to come on. Then I gotta go catch up.
Gotta go do your homework.
Yeah, I gotta go do my homework to make sure that Jeffrey don't leave me behind and I know what he's talking about. So yeah, because sometimes he be throwing me something. I'm like, I didn't see that yet. So I'll be trying to go watch the new stuff. And so I can say to him, you ain't seen that yet? I know already seen that.
Right.
But listen, guys, we have an amazing show lined up for you. I know it sounds like T-Lynn say that every week, but I'm not lying. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. It is an amazing show each and every week. And tonight, I would almost say this is a very special episode tonight because we're addressing a topic and we have a guest that's talking on a topic that is very relevant and definitely needs to have a light shined on it. So we are excited tonight to have Bella Levy with us tonight. I hope I pronounced her last name correctly.
You did.
Okay. She'll be joining us later on to talk about her foundation and all the great things they're doing. On top of that, we have the phenomenal Bill Scott joining us once again for the Power Panel. Yes. Bill is always on here dropping gems of wisdom, y'all.
Yes.
And then
I have my notepad and pen.
There you go. Then we have an extra special surprise because we have one other interview that we're airing tonight, which is our good friend over in the UK, Miss Paulina Tenner. Listen, you guys are going to want to stay tuned because, like I said, it's a power-packed episode. And the biggest thing about it is we're being intentional tonight with the information we're bringing forward. So, with that being said, go on. Where Alan at? Alan know what we do.
Where's Alan?
Take a quick break. Alan said, go get your healthy snack and your water. Sherri said, maybe some cookies. And
just one.
And then while you're on break, make sure you are sharing this episode with your friends and family because I promise someone is going to need to know the information we're sharing tonight. And guess what? You know them, but Sherri and I don't. And the only way they'll know about this episode is if you do what? Share. So go on, like, love, and share this episode. Go get your healthy snack and come right back, baby, because this is B3rdPower. Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs Center for Veterans certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com. Welcome back to B3rdPower.
Welcome back. You think we'd have a hang of this thing by now, right? So I pushed the mute button. Never mind. Anyway, so we're back. Okay. We are back. Some of the bloopers for B3rdPower because Sherri doesn't know how to take the mic off. But we have an amazing guest with us. Yes, we have an amazing guest with us today. Her name is Bella Levy, and she is in charge of the Blue Ribbon Campaign, and we're going to hear a lot more from her about that. Bella, are you here with us?
I am. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Happy Monday to everybody.
Yes, I love that you come on celebrating Mondays. Sherri and I people will be like, oh, it's Monday. I got the Monday blues. Me and Sherri don't have no Monday blues, baby, because Mondays are wonderful.
We love Mondays.
Right. That's right.
Yes. So can you tell us? No, go ahead.
The M in Monday stands for motivation, and the way that you get your week going right is you're motivated, get your head together, and you move forward, and you make it the best week possible. Period.
Exactly. Exactly. You make it the best because you can make it the best. You have that choice, that option, that decision. That's you, right?
Yes.
So I love it. I love it. Look, we're already going off and we don't even know who Bella is. Can you tell us who is Bella?
Okay. So first of all, thank you for having me. And my name is Bella Levy. I am what you call the American dream come true. I am a product of hard work. I am a product of motivation, perseverance, and I am the product of my campaign that I hold dear to my heart, which I call my paycheck of the heart is to help humanity. I am a superhero in scrubs. So I've been fighting the pandemic since day one, looking fabulous-ish. And I love helping people. It's just was instilled in me at a very young age. I am originally from Minsk, which is Russia. I come from Minsk, which is the capital of Belarus. My family and I immigrated here in 1980 because my parents wanted a better life for my sister and I and for themselves. So when I say that I'm the product of the American dream, I really am. My parents came here for a better life. They instilled us with gratitude. They instilled us with hard work. But first and foremost, my father always, and my whole family has always told me, it's not what you do for yourself, it's what you do for others. And the more that you do for others, the more it comes back to you. And that's how I've always been.
I love that, and I totally agree with it. Like it's not always what we receive, because the beauty in life, it's great to receive, but it's even more beauty when you're able to give and help others. I think that is an amazing principle to have. And I love that you are embodying and embracing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question for you. One of the things that I found very interesting, and then we're going to get into the juicy details of what is really big to talk about tonight. But is it true that you do pageants as well, or that you have done pageants?
I'm on the show.
I just happen to have my tiara right here. Oh, how'd that happen? It just ended up right here next to me. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I can keep that on if
I
it'll
need to
stay
get
on.
me one of those. Yes.
I can get you one. I can get you one.
Yes.
Actually, that reminds me. So yes, I just recently competed in Miss Maryland, and I came in as first runner-up.
Congratulations.
Yay.
So
Beautiful.
yes,
Was it
thank
held
you.
virtually?
Well, we had our pageant was held in one location, but there was no audience allowed. But everybody received a link and they were able to view us. So I have to give a big shout out to my pageant director, Janelle Wright, who did everything in her power to make sure that every queen had the runway that she deserves so she can talk about her platform.
You
I
know what?
love it.
Is that I believe that might have been the same pageant that Imani J was on.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Because Imani J won for Little Miss or Junior or something like that. Little Miss
That sounds
Maryland or
right, right,
something.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
she's been
correct.
on the show also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's always
Yes.
doing stuff in the community.
And I
I
was going
love
to
the
say, Imani J, honey, she's doing it. We love our little people. Between Imani J and James Collier, our little people are definitely out making an impact. So we were super proud of Imani when she won
Yeah.
the Junior Miss Maryland pageant. We absolutely congratulate her and send her much love for her winning.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wish I had known you were running. I would have been voting. I didn't know. I don't think
Well,
I got the news until later.
it's okay because we're all cheering each other in this little
Yeah.
crazy place we call life. I cheer
Will,
you, you cheer me. Together we make a difference.
will you run again?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, one thing that you said just now when we were talking about the pageant, you talked about your platform. And I know that you have a very big mission that's attached to your platform. So let's
Mm-hmm.
get into the nitty gritty and talk about Blue Ribbon Foundation. Please
Okay.
tell us more about it.
Sure. So my platform was called Human Trafficking. So I did research about it. I found a lot that human trafficking is not just to your neighborhood, it's not to your state, it's not to your country. It is a international, a global, a national crisis. And I call it a crisis because if it wasn't a problem, it wouldn't be a crisis.
Mm,
I did
yes.
research and I found out that the official color of human trafficking is, blue. And that's how the Blue Ribbon Project was born. I
Awesome.
had I had help with a friend of mine to help me create the sign, what you just recently displayed. And I had an idea, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm very much of a creative. I
Mhm.
love I can smell the rainbow, and I just want to have the world see what I see.
Yeah.
And I just want the world to be a better place. And I had this idea. We're in the middle of COVID, but I had this idea how we can bring everybody together
Mhm.
and how we can make an impact. And since I tapped my feet a little bit into the acting world, I decided to create my own project. So I took this little flyer and I sent it to people and I said, this is what I want you to do. grab it from the right, like somebody's giving it to you, put it in front of you, and say, today I take the pledge against human trafficking, and I support Bella Levy with her Blue Ribbon Project. And then you pass it to the other side. I've collected these tidbits and I've married them together, and I'm creating my own movie. So this idea that I had to show unity, that started out literally in my brain, which, there's a lot of stuff that goes in my brain, especially, anyways, is now in 6 different countries. I was able to use the platform of social media, and I reached out to, who best do I reach out to? My friends, my family, and my supporters. So basically, I got a hold of people, and I told them what to do. That's what you do. You tell people what to do. And the ones that are on board are your superheroes. They're the ones like, Bella, I'm not sure what you're doing, but I got you.
When we're talking about it, I immediately said, wow, I could see this being like Hands Across the World, because Hands Across the World, as they're handing it off to other people.
That's right.
That's nice.
That's right.
And then I was going to say, and then it's great, like you said, that you were able to get other countries involved, because it's not just an issue here in the United States. Human trafficking happens all over the world. Everywhere. And it half the time you don't even know what the signs are.
That's right.
But it is something that we need to address, and I'm glad that you were able to get it not just here, but get other people to participate as well. That's amazing.
That's right. It's very empowering to empower other people. And the whole premise of what I'm doing is I'm letting people know we have the power to help our fellow sister, our fellow brother. If you see something that does not look right, say something.
Yeah.
We have phones, right? We have phones. Most people use the phones to video a situation. How about you use that device for what it's really intended for and reach out to somebody that can help you? Or just keep your eyes open. There's so many different ways that if you can see something that's going on that doesn't look right to you, intervene. I'm not saying go directly into the situation, but contact local authorities and just say, I'm here, I see a situation, I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but yada, yada. And they are trained professionals. They will triage the situation and they will let you know. Yeah. But the worst thing that we as humans can do is stay silent. That's the worst thing we can do. We have to speak up for each other. If 2020 and 2021 has not taught us anything, it's we have to love each other more. That's why I do what I do so much. It's unfortunate as to the circumstances of why this happens. And it's so easy for somebody to fall in that situation. But we are the heroes. A young man in Nigeria, his name is Yomi. He wrote a song for me for this movement, and it's called Heroes Land. And there's a small excerpt in that song, and it says, I want to be a hero even long after I'm gone. And when I heard it, I got goosebumps. Even now talking about it, I feel a certain type of way about it. And I want to start a movement that travels exponentially throughout the world, because this plague is in the world. And no matter how strong circumstances are, if we human beings bond together and watch out for each other. I come from a village, right? Let's just being honest. I come from a little town in the middle of the world not many people know about. But why were things different back then? Because we all watched out for each other. If you come home and you say something to your mom, she's like, no, your neighbor across the street, she already told me what happened, so you might as well tell me exactly what happened. Everybody watched each other. That's what I want. I want to bring back to the world.
Bring back community. Bring back community.
Right. That's right. Correct. And that's why I'm asking everybody's help. Everybody's help. Help me take the pledge, which is what I told you earlier. And if you want, I can send you information and you can deposit that with this transmission. Correct. Yeah. And the power of media. I have a vision of how I want to put this movie together that is actually going to be a great addition to the movement. And right now, I'm in the process of building up my foundation, and it's called the Bella Levy Foundation. And I want to be able to go in places that some people can't or won't, and let them know it's okay. We got you. There are people in this world that want to take care of you. Um, we can't be everywhere all at one time, but I just want the average person to know it's okay to speak up, and it's okay to say something, because to say nothing is to agree with it. And we all know, and I could pull many examples from this year and last year, that by being silent is deadly. And you
Yes.
can't do that. You have to speak up. You
Yes.
absolutely have to speak up.
Well, you know, it's
Absolutely.
similar to the whole domestic violence and domestic abuse movement as well, because in that movement, you know, maybe 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it was just really at the forefront, right? And everybody was like,
Hmm.
let's have this conversation. It's
That's
about
right.
time that we have this conversation.
That's right.
Similar with human trafficking, because this is not just a state issue, a
Mm-mm.
United States issue. This is an international issue, and both of them, you know, and as we know from history, that movements produce results.
Yes.
That's
So
right.
we,
That's right.
because united we stand. If we stand together to say that this cannot happen, this is not acceptable,
That's
that's when
right.
change starts to happen. So I totally support you. I can't wait to do my video so I can, yeah,
Yes.
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 I'm gonna do my
And
Yes.
video.
and that's what I was going to say. So Bella, please let our audience and our viewers know if they want to get involved with the project and they want to support, how can they get in contact with you?
Sure, absolutely. I would love to. You could reach me on Facebook. My handle is Bella, Bella, Levy, just like my name. I'm also on Instagram, and I'm going to pronounce it. It's pronounced Belichka, which in Russian is a nice, kind, soft way to say Bella. It's
Awesome.
it's like in Spanish, they would say, "Oh, que linda." It's just to say like cute. No, it's like a nice affirmative way. But in Russian, it's Belichka. And when I hear that name from my family, it kind of gives me the warm and fuzzies on the inside. It makes me whole and complete. So that's why I chose that. So let me regress. So on Instagram, my handle is BELLACHKA 2021.
2021. We'll make sure that we get that added in the comments so that people can make sure they get in contact with you via Instagram and
Mm-hmm.
or Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, this has been a fantastic moment. We're so happy to have you on with us, and just excited to be a part of something so great and the movement. So we are definitely encouraging our viewers to make sure that you reach out and support Bella with the Blue Ribbon Foundation. Um, Again, thank you, Alan. Alan is the man.
Yes.
Um, Alan made
He's
sure we got the IG there. Yes, Alan is the greatest. He made sure we got that up in the comments. Thank you, Alan. We certainly
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Alan. Yes.
Bella, we thank you so much for joining us tonight. Remember, guys, go ahead and make sure you reach out to her on Instagram if you want to be a part of the movement and help move the ball forward. Listen, it is a big, big problem, right? She said it in
Yes.
the beginning. It is a crisis, and not one person by themselves can solve it. But if we each do our part, if we each take a little chunk of that big problem and we come together and we each do our part, I promise we can make a huge impact. We're not asking you to do it by yourself. It is big, it's bigger than one individual, but if we all do our part and work together, we can move the ball forward.
You had mentioned something earlier and it struck me. And you said, Sherri, you said it's kind of like hands across the world. It's
Yeah.
funny that you say that because on my foundation, what the cover is, it's like the globe with hands all over. And when you said that, it just kind of gave me a certain feeling. And I believe in the universe, and the universe always puts people together at the right time, at the right place. And nothing happens by accident. Nothing. And
Nothing happens by accident.
I'm a firm believer in that. So thank you again for just affirming, this and solidifying it. I want to say thank you to you. Thank you to you. Thank you to the viewers. It's very important. And the one thing that I want everybody to know is we have to speak up. We have to. I welcome each and every single person that wants to help me with this campaign because it is a global crisis. And I want to make it a global celebration when this infestation has come to an end.
Amen. I love it. I love everything about the movement. And like Bella said, if 2020 has taught us nothing else, 2020 has taught us to love each other, look out for each other. Let's bring back community. Let's continue to build community. And so we are so thankful that you took the time to join us today. And maybe we'll see you again soon. And next time you see me, I might have a crown myself.
I got you.
We could get you one. Yes.
I got you. The one thing you asked me if I want to compete again. Yeah. One thing I didn't get a chance to do, which I really wanted to do this year and last year, but because it was virtual, I have a program called Queen for a Day, and I had people write into me. I was looking for somebody like me. It was based on nominations, based on family, brothers, husbands, children. My mom deserves to be a queen. My wife deserves to be a queen. My girlfriend deserves to be a queen. Because I hustle, I work jobs, I work 2 jobs, I take care of my family, and I try to take care of the world. And I was always looking for that one woman that she would much rather put food on her table than take the time out to get her nails done, her hair done. So what I had done is I had created Queen for a Day, where I got multiple submissions. And the whole premise of that is while I'm getting my hair and makeup done, this young lady would be sitting next to me. She would get the full queen treatment. I would donate to her one of my dresses, give her one of my crowns, personally escort her into the audience. She would have a seat. And from that day forward, she knows to hold her head up high because she is the queen that I made her be.
Awesome.
How nice.
Yeah.
It all starts there because we need to make love. We need to make love grow exponentially. That's where it starts.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Definitely thank you so much for sharing. And thank you for taking time out to help someone else fix their crown and lift their head.
Fix their crown. Yes. Absolutely.
We so appreciate
it. Yes, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Bill,
I
you can be king for a day.
Yes, Bill, you can be king for the day. Okay.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break as we get ready to go into our next segment. I know this has been a ball of fun, okay? But we have got to press forward, all right? So we're gonna go take a quick break. Go ahead and refresh, and we'll be right back.
Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com. Welcome back to B to the Third Power. Listen, Bella gave some fantastic information. We cannot say thank you enough. We cannot say thank you enough to her for her time this evening. And we certainly encourage you guys to keep, to make sure you get her information in the comments and support the movement.
Yes.
But listen, the Power Panel has been an amazing addition to B3rdPower, and each and every week that they come on, they share great nuggets of wisdom for all you guys that are out there that have small businesses. You want to make sure you tune in tonight. If you know somebody that has a small business, make sure you share it with them, because Bill is always dropping great nuggets. And without any further ado, please help us welcome Mr. Bill Scott. Hey, Bill.
Hello,
How
ladies.
are
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I can't complain. It's another glorious day on the top side of the grass.
There you go.
Exactly. There it is.
Go. Now, you always start with a quote. What is our quote of meditation tonight, Bill?
All right, you ready? I don't know.
Yes.
You might want to sit down for this one.
Okay. Well, let me
Okay.
wait a minute. Let me get my pen. Okay.
Yeah, Sherri, get the pen, because when you start writing, it make me feel good. It does something for my ego.
King for the day.
All
King
right,
for
you
the
ready?
day. We
Yes.
ready.
All progress takes place outside your comfort zone.
Come on, one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear that.
Okay.
All right. All progress takes place outside your comfort zone.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
You better know it.
One.
So don't
I
sit
like
back
that
and think everything gonna be the same, because status quo don't make no money.
Mm. Well,
He
Hello.
already
You know what I'm saying?
stepping on toes. He
Come on
already
now.
Back in the day, the old peoples back in the old country used to say, all money ain't good money.
Right.
Right.
And scared money don't make no money.
Scared money don't make none. Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So you got to jump outside that comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
What's that
You gotta-
quote, Bill? That quote that says, "Life begins at the end of your comfort zone." That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because back in the younger day, my grandmother used to always say, the only thing you need is the book of instruction before leaving Earth.
That's it.
And as a kid, I never understood what that meant. But as I got older, I learned that was an acronym.
Okay.
And the book of instruction before leaving Earth, if you take the first letter of every word, it's just the Bible.
It's just the
Everything
Bible.
you need to know is in the Bible.
Right.
That's all it takes. So that's what we need. And quiet as it's kept, we need that now more than anything else. And I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but I wanted to focus on something that I've been researching for the past couple days. I've been researching this report. So there was a report that was put out that the majority of us in today's society, we classify ourselves in the middle class. And so there was a report in Business Week that talked about the global business class. And they said globally across the world that this economy has caused a major setback in the middle class. Now think about that. The middle class are normally the people in society that are business generated. They make the world go round. They make the money in today's society. The rich gonna be the rich.
Right.
They got money generating for them without them having to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
The poor gonna be the poor. They're the ones that aren't gonna go out and try to get a job and go to work, and they're gonna get what's given to them.
Mm-hmm.
But those of us who get up and go to work every day, who try to generate that money, Those are the ones that are classified in the middle class. So this report stated that in the middle class today, because of the setback, according to a recent Pew Research estimate, 150 million people have been classified as having a decline in their social economic ladder. And the numbers that they generated says that they researched the topic for more than a decade, and they said those making from $10 to $20 a day are the ones that are now classified as poor, and anyone making $20 to $50 a day are no longer classified in the middle class, which $50 a day is shy of what a minimum wage worker in the US takes home pre-tax for an 8-hour day. So when you think about that, you go to work all day, 8 hours a day, and you barely bringing home a little over $50 a day. And that's where the economy has taken us.
Right.
This is a major setback. So what that tells me, and what that should tell everyone out here, this is the time where your entrepreneurships need to kick in. This is the time when your ideas, your thought process, everything that you're doing, your side hustles, everything, all of them got to be put together. Multiple streams of income are essential in today's society. The days of going to work every day, 8 hours a day, only having one job and generating enough income to take care of you and your family, those days are gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. You gotta have a side hustle. I don't care if it's you going to the bowling alley and you trying to get somebody to put $50 that you're gonna catch this strike. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do something. You know, it's one of them things. I mean, hey, I'm trying to tell you, I lose 15 more pounds, I might have to drop it like it's hot. I might have to get on a pole or something. I mean,
you gonna be on OnlyFans? Are you gonna be on OnlyFans, Bill?
Hey. You know how they say,
Don't do it.
Look, down in the valley where the girls get naked.
Oh no.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
Everybody gotta have a hustle.
Valley.
Everybody gotta have a hustle. And at the end of the day,
what's your hustle?
You gotta know what your hustle is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's plenty of hustles out there. You know, I spoke to a person today who they know I have a vending machine company. And so they asked me about the for those of you that are in event planning, they asked me about those pop-up cameras that people have at their events where you can take a picture and it's like a mirror. You jump in front of it, you take a picture, and then you can email the pictures to yourself, the whole 9 yards.
Yes.
And they were talking about, they live down in near Ocean City. And they were like, hey, this is sort of like vending. You think that this can make money if you put it in certain locations, this, that, and the other?
Right.
And I said, when we go post-pandemic, and places like Ocean City, Rehoboth, Virginia Beach, you put one of them on the boardwalk, people stand in line to take a picture of them wilding out. The old days of the photo booth where you pull the curtain, those days are gone. Because, they give you the actual picture. And what do you do with the actual picture? You take the actual picture and then you take a picture of it so that you can Instagram it and do all of that. Well, if you can do that through one of those little mirror things, you charge $5, you'll make some money.
Right.
And you get 100 people coming through a day. That's
talking about the global middle class is only making $50, a little over $50 a day. you get one of those booths. If 20 people at $5 go to that booth, that's $100, and you haven't done anything.
Hey, I'm seeing in Ocean City, I'm seeing 100 people hitting it. $500 a day. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's easy. That's easy money.
But you know something that you said, Bill, that I don't think we often think in terms of we always have conversations of salary, right? And what you're getting paid. But not too often do we break it down into, you're like, oh, well, I get paid $25 an hour or $50 an hour. But when you take out the taxes and all that other stuff that come out in that one day, like the reality of you breaking it down to what that breaks down to in a day, $50 a day is, I felt like I was back in the day when they'd be like, oh, they made $10 a day and it had to stretch them for the week. It's like, whoa, because we don't think in those terms when it comes to our business. We don't think in those terms.
So one of the things that you have to think about, and this is what I tell people, time is money, and money, your time is your money.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do, look at it, change your mindset and your concept. No matter what you do, think about the money that you're spending. If you're hourly, put an hourly rate on your time. If your hourly rate on your time is $150 an hour, and someone says, hey, I need to talk to you. Okay, what do you need to talk to me about? I need 30 minutes of your time. Okay, when you gave somebody 30 minutes of your time, your hourly rate's $150 an hour. So you just gave them $75.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Of your time. Now, did they talk to you about something that you're going to get that $75 back? Is that going to be something that you can reciprocate from? Or do you have to go and make that $75 up on the back end?
That's good.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's one thing to help to listen to somebody and help them. It's another thing for if they're providing you with information that's helping you.
Yeah.
Because you only, nobody works an 8-hour day anymore. You show me a person that gets up, goes to work, works 8 hours, and then they're not doing anything else. That person is an anomaly. Everybody puts in 12-hour days, 14-hour days, 16-hour days. If you got kids at home, you helping them with their schoolwork, with their homework. That's your time. That time is money. Now you are investing your time and your money into your child, but you still have to know what you're doing with your time and your money.
Right.
And that's the key. The key to all of this is moving forward. Put a price on your time and then determine what that time is going to do for you as far as you got to think about the key to it overall is how do we come together, how do we work together, and how do we generate these ideas, because no idea is generated by yourself. Somebody has bounced something off of you that made you think about something else that allowed for you to go ahead and move in a positive direction in order for you to do something else. So, those are the things that you gotta know, and that you gotta understand that ultimately we are who we are. We're gonna be who we're gonna be. But in the great words of DMX, it's who we be. And that's how we gonna make money together, because we got to generate these ideas together. It's all about connecting the dots, and we're all a dot.
In collaboration.
Lynn, you're a dot. Sherri, you're a dot. Bella's a dot. Monique's a dot. Everybody's a dot. Everybody that's been on B3rdPower is a dot. If all the dots connect from all the time that B3rd and everybody that's been on B3rd connects, then we all will make money together. It's a vicious circle. That's all it is. And we just got to connect.
That just gets me back to thinking to, I'm not sure if you saw the show with Brother Joseph Washington. He is the guy that talked about letting average go, and how he said, I'm allergic to average. Like I have to be, I'm working hard, and it's all about, like you said, working hard. You hear a lot of people be like, oh, I've worked my 8-hour job. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing anything else. I'm tired. Right. And I say, it's the same 24 hours in a day. Everybody's granted the same amount of time a day. Everybody is granted this. But what are you going to do with your time? What are you going to do with your time?
Right. So I challenge you ladies to do one thing. I've always said that there's one thing that I've always asked you to do every time you ask me to come on this show. I've always given you some ideas. I've always asked you to do one thing. And so the one thing that I ask you to do moving forward, from all the different shows that you've had, all the different guests that you have brought together and you brought on this show, what I ask you to do, put a list together of all those guests, their name, their email, their contact information, and what it is that they do. I can't tell you 7 weeks ago who you had on the show, but I remember the guy that used to be a Marine that was a motivational speaker.
Dr. Ed.
I couldn't remember what his name was, but he had some very valid points. But at the time, I didn't get a chance to write down all his information so I could reach back out to him at a later date. I may not, I'm not on Instagram, but I would want to be able to help Bella and her cause. Yeah. So if you send out a list of everybody that you've had on the show and you send it out to all of your guests, say, hey, these are all the guests that have been on B3rdPower. You never know when you're going to have to reach back to that person who has that insight, who can help you.
That's good. And you're right. You're definitely right.
That's my time for the day.
You always bring it. You always bring it. And I'm telling you, that was just confirmation for me right now, because, we have definitely been keeping up a list, but we know that there's something more that we need to do with this list, especially in the direction that the show is going. So we know that there's something else that we need to do with this list. So that was just a huge confirmation to us getting this list together, like we've been talking about.
Because and we have we definitely are going to take what you shared with us, because you're always giving us good nuggets of wisdom. You give us nuggets of wisdom for our viewers, but then you're also a blessing to Sherri and I too. So it's definitely giving us something else to do, like Sherri said, with the list, because we've been brainstorming on what to do and how to do certain things, and this will definitely help us, like Sherri said, in the direction of the show. So absolutely. But listen, if you all want to get in contact with Bill and you want to connect with Bill, serious inquiries only. Don't call and flirt with him. Don't email him for nothing else other than you literally want to get,
because Bill said he gonna pick up a side gig with the P-Valley and the OnlyFans. They coming, Bill. They coming. They coming.
But if you want to professionally get in contact with Bill for consultations or just some consulting, Bill, how can people reach you?
They can reach me at info@gestaff.com. They can email me at wscottii@gestaff.com, or they can just go to my website, my company website, at www.gestaff.com.
Awesome sauce. Well, we thank you so much, Bill, for joining us. It's always a pleasure having you. You're always leaving us with some great nuggets of wisdom. And with that being said, guys, hold on. This is a special episode of B3rdPower. We are extended tonight, but hold on, because when we come back from this commercial, you'll get a chance to get some great information from our special guest, Paulina Tenor. This is B to the Third Power. Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com. Welcome back to B to the Third Power. Listen, I told you guys we had an amazing episode for you guys tonight. And if the information that has been shared has been amazing to you, I want to make sure that you drop some notes in the comments and let our guests know that you are loving what they are bringing forward tonight. Okay, show our guests some love in the comments. Believe me, they're reading them. But recently, Sherri got a chance to sit down with one of our wonderful guests from the UK. She is a TEDx speaker. She's an author and she's a philanthropist. And let me tell you, she does some amazing things. And so tonight we want to share the interview that Sherri did with her recently. So help us welcome Paulina Tenor. Paulina Tenor.
Hello, and welcome back to B to the Third Power. We are so excited today that we have Paulina Tenor in the house with us. She's a TEDx speaker, philanthropist, and author, and I'm really looking forward to this conversation. Paulina, would you like to join us?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Sherri. It's an honor to be on the show. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, you're so welcome. And thank you for taking the time to come out and share with us. Can you tell me a little bit more about Paulina?
Sure, of course. So I wear several hats. I am an entrepreneur. I created a financial services consultancy, which now has over 50 people in it. And it's delivering research and development funding to innovative organizations. I'm also an angel investor, so I invest in technology startups. And I have a book coming up, which is about my adventures in the world of burlesque and how it influenced my business persona. And I am also a speaker. So I love to speak. I've done quite a few keynote speeches at international conferences. And that's me in a big shortcut. And it's great to be here.
I was watching your TEDx earlier, and I was like, wow, okay, I get it. Well, we have to have her on the show. So
I'm glad you liked it, Sherri.
Yes, I did. I enjoyed it. I definitely just throw this out there that I'm really looking forward to being on the TEDx stage one day soon, but we'll talk about that later.
It's such a great fun, and the audience is always so supportive, and it just gives you that push and that deadline to create something amazing. And that's always good to have that extra motivation to put together a great talk.
Yes. I think it's an awesome platform, for us that want to spread motivation and inspiration to the masses outside of, our normal connects. So I'm definitely going to watch the rest when we get off of here. But I wanted to know, could you tell us a little bit more about the consulting and how this all came together with the dancing and everything? I found that to be pretty amazing.
Sure. So I started my company in financial services 10 years ago, and maybe 2 or 3 years into the journey, I was working really hard in business. I was spending most of the time in my head, and I just felt, oh my God, it feels like the best part of my energy, my kind of risque, provocative, fun, mischievous energy is really not fun finding a channel. It felt like I was really not using the most creative part of myself. And then one day I was in Piccadilly Circus in London, and I was walking around, and I came across this place called Café de Paris, where they used to host burlesque and cabaret evenings, and they were just having a rehearsal. And I just in that moment decided I was going to find out how to become a showgirl. So I did. And I started performing. It's been tremendous fun. And for a while, up until I gave my TEDx talk, I was living a bit of a double life. So I had my business self in the forefront during the day, and there was my nighttime self. It felt like living 2 lives at the same time, which was again a lot of fun. But a time came when I felt like I just want to come out of everything. I just want to be truthful and honest about everything that I do. And if it's going to discourage a client, or if somebody is going to get offended, well, it's not my problem.
Right.
And it was the TEDx talk that I gave in 2014, where I brought together my business persona. So I was talking as my kind of daytime self, while I had my nighttime persona. So the images of me as a burlesque girl projected in the background. And it was, it was quite a revolutionary step for me, because it was the first time when I brought those two together in the same time, and people loved it. I got really amazing feedback. Yeah,
I was very intrigued, and I was totally zoomed in. But like you said, you're an advocate for authenticity in the workplace. So when it's freeing to be authentic to yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
it
definitely.
feels so empowering to be able to celebrate all the different aspects of yourself, and absolutely be authentic and truthful. And if it's going to discourage someone, then so be it.
Yeah.
A lot of people will be attracted to it, because that's where your power is, at the intersection of where different parts of you meet. That's what I believe.
That's right. I always say, if it's legal, why be shy about it? If it's legal, go for it.
Exactly.
So I understand that you have a book coming. Could you tell us more about the book release?
Yes, absolutely. So the extension, it's a bit of an extension of the TEDx talk. So it's called Laid Bare: What the Business Leader Learned from the Stripper. And it talks about how I built and scaled my company, which is quite a unique company because in my business, people set their own salaries.
Mhm.
And all the financial information is transparent for everybody to see and access. So how I built that and how doing burlesque changed my leadership and what's been the interaction between my burlesque persona and my business persona. So it's been a lot of fun to write. I've got some really beautiful feedback from people that have read the final draft, and I'm looking forward to it being released in autumn. And for those listeners who would like to hear about it, just go to my website, paulinatanner.com, and sign up to the waiting list there.
Awesome. I'm so glad you gave that website. Sometimes we have things that discourage us in the process of being an entrepreneur and facing our challenges. What advice would you give to facing those challenges and those things that may feel a little discouraging, or like you said, that you really didn't know if you were struggling with, talking about? What advice would you give to our audience about, getting past just being discouraged and pressing on in business or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, it's super important to have a great support network. So family, friends, my husband, who I actually used to be in business with as well, is super supportive. So it's great to be able to have people to call on. I also use therapy, I use coaching. I've got a very kind of broad personal trainer who I talk to about personal stuff as well. So there's quite a few people that in my working week, every single week, I touch base with, where I can be really authentic with in terms of what I'm going through and what's happening for me.
Yes.
So that's very important for me to have those people to talk to. And different support mechanisms that kind of can lift you up when things are looking difficult. And really to have that trust and confidence in yourself, which takes a bit of time to build. But when you look at your past achievements, what you've been able to achieve, it's easier to understand that dips in energy and in motivation don't last forever. And it's just a matter of time until you can get on top of things again.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's the trust and confidence. Just believing in yourself. Sometimes women really struggle with believing in themselves, and having faith that they can do it. So I always applaud strong women like yourself that come onto the show to encourage women through this entire process. As you know, the name of the show is B3rdPower. We are being intentional, bridging gaps and building communities. And what in your business, how do you feel like you fall in? Do you fall into the being intentional, being bridging gaps, or building communities?
Yeah, so we definitely care a lot about bridging gaps in terms of diversity. So we actually have more women than men in the business at the moment. We have people of color. We have people from all over the world really working for us. So it's super important to be inclusive, be diverse, and at the same time to really contribute to society through who we are, not just to our clients, who obviously we contribute to. That's what they pay us for, but to be able to stand for something. And for us, one of our key values is everyone is worthy. And it's that value really dictates how we make day-to-day decisions. And it's super important to us to treat each other with respect in a day-to-day working life.
Awesome. Yes. It's and let me just put this out there for our regular viewers. Unfortunately, Lynn will not be joining us in this interview, as you can see, as she's not feeling well. So we want to give a shout out to Lynn and say, girl, I hope you feel better, and definitely looking forward to you joining us back here again soon. So we've had an amazing interview. Is there anything else that you just want to share with our audience? Because we do have plenty of time, if you want to share with our audience so that they can begin to follow your story and follow you, and maybe how they can get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think something that I'd like to leave the listeners and the viewers with is to really trust your intuition, to know yourself, to get to know yourself, and to get to trust yourself as much as you can. And to not be afraid to come from your values and from your heart in your business decisions. So if you're in your professional life, you can come from a place of love and nurturing and welcoming, and it's not just reserved for personal life at all. So that's something I would leave people with. Yeah. And yeah, if you'd like to keep in touch with me, I'm at Paulina Tenner on Instagram, Clubhouse, and Twitter. And my website is paulinatenner.com.
We're definitely going to add that on our lower thirds for you. And we're definitely going to leave that information in the comments. But you said a key thing, and that was trusting your intuition, which women really have. We're really good at that, right? We really have a sixth sense, I say all the time. And it's our gut, trusting your intuition and getting, and you said earlier how you had to get outside of your own head. You know, because that's true. We have to get outside of our own head, because our thoughts will tell us all kinds of things, right? And sometimes have us doubting ourselves and all kinds of things. But trusting your intuition is so important.
Absolutely. But to trust yourself, you need to get to know yourself first. You need to get to know who you are, what you stand for, what's important to you. And it's then that you can develop this trust in yourself and in your intuition. So know yourself, trust yourself. That's my message.
Exactly. I love it. I truly do love it. I appreciate you for coming and joining us. I hope that maybe you can come back and join us one more time. I know that we're on different time zones, because you're where?
I'm in London, so I'm on I'm on British Standard Time at the moment.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to do this again and have you on B3rdPower. As you know, like I said, B3rdPower stands for being intentional, bridging gaps, and building communities. And I definitely think you fit right in there with the mission of B3rdPower. I'm looking forward to watching the TEDx talk. Listen, you guys, if you haven't, all you have to do is Google it. You just put in her name, Paulina Tenner, and you put in TEDx, and guess what? It's going to pop up. So make sure that you go ahead, check out the TEDx talk. Make sure you go and follow her. And I'm definitely looking forward to the book release coming in the fall. Of course, she said the autumn, but in the fall, you know what we mean. We hope that you go ahead and pick that up. Thank you for Paulina for joining us.
Thank you for being a fabulous host, Sherri, and my love and best wishes to Lynn, so she gets better soon.
Thank you.
What an amazing interview. I'm so mad that I missed it, but what can I do? Don't do me like that. And you muted. That's why can't nobody hear you right now.
Muted
you
me.
over there talking trash.
Right. I'm over there talking trash like, nah.
You know what? I love our show because all the bloopers that we have, we find our way to laugh through it. And it makes it so much more fun. But I'm glad
that's what bloopers are all about, right? Huh? Bloopers are all about having fun, making you laugh and everything. But I was over here like, now.
Yes, but that was such a good interview. And Paulina is very interesting. She's so interesting. And like I said, she's a philanthropist. And then when you hear her story, or like you said, you listen to her TED talk, it's just like, it's very interesting. She has
I want to hear more from her. You know?
Yeah.
I love it because that is so bold to just be who you are, you know, like Bill was just saying, you're gonna get himself an evening job. Hello. Don't get the evening job, Bill. Please don't get the evening job. But what, just being bold like that, just to do it anyway.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I found
Look at
her
me drinking my coffee.
You're gonna be up all night. But what I found interesting about what she was sharing, when she told me the title of her book, Laid Bare, and she was like, what the businesswoman learned from the stripper. I was like, well, what did she learn? That was my big question, was like, what did she learn? But when she started talking about being authentic in the workplace, and I know everyone has their own perspective on that, right? For me, I'm like, when you come to work, to me, being authentic is working in your strengths, which is your core. You know what I mean? Finding those things you are strong in and working from that place and owning and being comfortable in your own skin, right? For me, I think you should do that because that makes you more successful on the job. When you're constantly trying to be in areas that just is not your thing, I don't think you're going to be successful. But when we start moving in those things that we are strong in, which I think is part of who you are naturally, right? And you work in those areas that you're strong in. What I'm strong in, you might be weak in, or if not weak, but what I'm strong in, it might not be your strength, but when we come together, we bring the puzzle together and we make it work, which gets the mission completed, if that makes sense to everybody. But I love that she said it was being authentic. That's what she learned, was to be herself and to bring her strengths to work. So
I loved it. I loved the interview. And I tell you, I could have talked to her for another hour because I just love the accent. So I really could. I could have talked to her for a whole nother hour, but yeah, I found it very interesting, and maybe she'll come back and join us one day.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, we thank you. Look, y'all been holding strong for us tonight, and we so appreciate you hanging out with us all this extra time tonight. We promised you that if you stuck around, you were going to get some good information, and I hope you got just that, okay? Thank you so much to Bella Levy for joining us tonight. Remember to go on over to Instagram and to her Facebook page. Make sure you connect with her to help support the Blue Ribbon Foundation in their mission to help combat human trafficking. Okay, so make sure that you guys go on over and support them. Thank you so much to Bill Scott, who just came out and laid it on the line. Listen, if you never figured out how much you make, them terms of what you make a day after the taxes is taken out of your work day, all the stuff. When you do that math and you find out that you really don't make as much you think you make, absolutely, those 7 streams of income are huge. So make sure that you are doing what you need to do to keep up and put your dime,
because the days of having one,
put your mark in the economic world. Go ahead.
Because the days of having one job and 8 hours a day is no longer. Like, you just get yourself a side hustle. Get yourself a side hustle. Simple as that. And not even to go clocking in at somebody else's job.
No.
No,
something that's going to build, and something that's
Right.
going to build and that you're actually interested in doing. At least make it worth your time. Like, you should be working two jobs that you're miserable in. At least find something that
Right.
you love to do, so it doesn't feel like work.
Can you imagine?
I know it's
if
not
you had
always.
two
You like
jobs?
T-Lynn. I hear somebody saying it right now, Sherri. Somebody saying, T-Lynn, that's not always possible. I know, but at least aim for it. If you aim for it, then maybe you'll get that.
I just can't imagine going to 2 jobs that I don't like. Like, that would be
Torture.
horrible.
It would be torture.
Girl, I'll
And
sell
miserable.
beans. I'll sell apple bags or something before I do that. Go with John and create apple bags and sell them on the corner. Nice cold apples or something before I do
Listen,
something crazy.
during the
like
summertime, somebody gonna like the frozen apples. Don't do that.
that. Somebody gonna like them cold
Somebody
apples.
gonna like the frozen apples, girl. Don't do that. Yeah.
Go on and
Go and get your own
Listen.
fruit stand going.
What?
Get your own fruit stand.
Get
Yeah.
some cold fruit and go right down here on the corner of Martin Luther King and sell me some
There you
cold
go.
fruit bags.
Some good fruit. Yes. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Something that's going. Look, Ellen, she giving us another healthy snack. y'all ask why Lynn talk to Alan all the time, because Alan talked back to us, y'all. We
Alan
told y'all
talked
to
back.
join the conversation in the comments. Shout out to Lillian and James for also joining the conversation tonight.
Thank you.
We talk to them because they talk to us. If you want us to talk to you and mention you, you should join the
That's to
conversation
talk to us.
in the comments. They talk to us.
Say
Alan
something.
is on it. Yes. Anyway, we digress.
Okay.
So we thank you so much tonight for joining us. Do we tell them the news now or do we make them wait?
I don't even know what you're talking about. So no, we'll wait.
There you go. You guys gotta wait again for the special announcement. But anyway, we so love you guys and appreciate you for joining us tonight. It's been so many great nuggets. If you missed it, if you came in the end, that's okay. The beauty of the internet is when we're done, you can go on back to the beginning and watch it over and catch up what you missed on. See?
Right.
Then you can still go on and share with someone else that needs this information because you know them, but Sherri and I don't. And the only way going
and while you're doing that, make sure that you go on over to YouTube and subscribe.
Like
and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell. Okay. You'll definitely want to be following us there on YouTube. B3rdPower. Okay.
I thought you was getting ready saying like an announcer. B3rdPower. Yeah,
that's your.
I didn't have no coffee, but I had
no coffee, and this is no coffee, and I have a cup of Joe, and I'm not even.
It's cold working all weekend, guys. I gotta get this energy out somewhere. Listen, okay, I'm gonna make you laugh real quick, and then
what time is it? Oh,
I know, but I'm gonna tell you this one thing. I'm gonna make you laugh. In the middle of me working this weekend, my daughter was laughing at me because she was like, "What are you doing?" But I was like, "I can't sit still. Like I've been here so long, I just felt like jumping." Do you see? She laughing at me now. I was jumping. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I just got all this energy." I had to go get on my spin bike and ride for a good 15 minutes just to burn that energy for me to set down.
You were that lit? Are you serious?
In the middle of me working, I got up from my desk. I went and hopped on the bike and I rode my spin bike for 15 minutes. And I'm probably going to have to do that tonight because as you guys can see, I am like,
what are you doing? Did you take something different? Did you eat something different?
It's called green tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's having that effect tonight. So, yeah. But anyway, we thank you guys for joining us and watching. We certainly appreciate you. Again, thank you so much to Bella. Thank you so much to Bill. And thank you so much, Paulina, for your wonderful interview and for joining us tonight. We certainly appreciate you. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, today is a fantastic day to make a difference in the lives of those that are around you. I am Tate.
And I'm Sherri Cook.
And this has been B3rdPower. You all have a fantastic week, and we'll see you later.
See ya. I'm out.